Welcome to This Is Not Legal Advice. I am your host, TINLA, and tonight we are doing a love reading. I want to tell you before we even get started, although Spirit seems to want to shoot out cards here, I, in the pre-shuffle, saw a lot of Six of Wands, Temperance, Ten of Pentacles, and Justice. So I'd be interested to see if it comes out here in the reading. So the first question I was going to ask Spirit is, who is this reading for? Let's find out. Ace of Swords and Page of Wands. So you could be an air sign, and this would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, or you could be a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, although those are not determinative. But it seems to me that the people who are watching this video, this is resonating with, are people who have recently come to some kind of revelation about their love life, that they are wondering what kind of change do they need to make, or what kind of change is coming in. Because with the Ace of Swords, we're seeing a lot of truth. Maybe something that you haven't seen before, but is just becoming clear to you now. And with the Page of Wands, that's a card of action, where I believe you are going to be someone who is trying to determine what your next moves are. So if that sounds like you, then this is your reading, my dear. Again, I am this is not legal advice, and I'm your host, TINLA. And tonight we are going to do our love reading. Also tonight, I should point out that it is a very significant night. Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, and Mercury are all in a line, although Mercury is in retrograde, or Mercury is retrograde, technically speaking. So very interesting night we have here. This is February 28th, 2026, when I'm recording it, but whenever it finds you is when it's meant to find you. So my first question was going to be, what is the person on your mind? What are they about right now? We have the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this person is really going through it. The Four of, I don't know if I said wands. I don't mean to say wands. These are all swords. These are all in your head energies, right? So Four of Swords is normally an energy of healing, of growing, of changing, of taking like a respite. And your Nine of Swords is an energy of nightmares, of worst possible scenario, just not a good scene. And taking these two together, it tells me your person's very restless. They're very frustrated with themselves. They're very nervous about what the future holds. They are just really going through it and suffering without being able to heal from that. It's like a scab that keeps getting pulled open over and over and over again. And they know it. They're having nightmares literally about what's going on with the two of you. I don't know what you did, viewer, to this person, but let's find out. What did my beautiful viewers do to this person here? We got the Three of Wands and the Magician. Okay, so first of all, 1 and 3, so 13 could be an important number for you. 13 is also the card for death rebirth, which is, Scorpio energy, and it's change and it's growth. Let's take a look here. It seems to me that you may have, viewer, talk to this person about visions you had for your future. You have a path in front of you, something like going to college or going back to school or taking on a new career path, or, determining that you do want to get married, or you do want children, or you don't want children. There's something that has changed in your future that you would like to manifest and see happen. I'm particularly getting career here, where you've communicated this to your partner or the person you're interested in, and they are flying away. You can see what here with these birds, right? They're flying away, and that just indicates to me that your partner, the person that we talked about over here that is not doing very well, the way that you're triggering that is by talking about your future and setting your goals and your eyes on your own future, which is great, and you should continue to do that. And I don't mean trigger in a bad way. You should always be following your own intuition and your own goals in this life, and hopefully you have a partner that supports you. So let's find out what this partner's intentions are for my viewers. Let's find out. We've got 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Okay. Anything else? What is this 8 of Wands about? Please clarify, Spirit. What is this 8 of Wands? There we go. Oh, we have the death card. I just told you. We death rebirth, number 13. One more, please. What is the intention of this person that my viewer is thinking of right now? What is the intention? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's the 6 of Wands. I told you that was one of the cards I mentioned earlier that kept coming out. So the person that you are thinking of, viewer, feels like, you had just gotten this relationship started. Things had just started to settle in and get stable. And now you're coming in like, hey, by the way, I want to go back to school, or I might move, or I want to travel the world and see some things before I settle down. And so you're really just sort of vibing in your own way. And this person feels like, their intention was to really start something new with you. And your intention, to that end is that you want to move. You want to like see some new things and have new experiences. And this person is sitting over here like, I was going to offer you this flower, right? And this is some kind of flower right there, like a buttercup looking thing. I don't know. But, you know, this person was going to offer you everything, and you're just like out here, you know, jiving and vibing. And maybe the number 87 is important to you. I don't know. 13, death. Again, we talked about that earlier, right? We have the death rebirth card. Like, you are going through a change, and their intention is to sit back and kind of watch you go through that change. And then in a weird way, take credit for it. It's like they want to support you through that change, and maybe in a very good, positive way, they will be that kind of person who will support you. But they could also be somebody who just wants to take credit for supporting you without actually having done anything. Like, you are all consumed by this new passion of yours. Because again, with these wands, we have a lot of passion, a lot of action, a lot of movement. And you are finally saying, this is what I want with my life. And they're almost sitting in the background, like ready to take credit for it. Like, oh, look, I supported you when you went back to school to do X or Y. And I was there. I mean, look at the look on her face, right? It's very almost overly self-assured. Like, they're taking credit for your achievements, even though I'm not seeing where anybody else is in this card here, making it easier for this woman who is being burned at the stake, right? Nobody is making that better for her. She's alone. She's walking her own path and following her own dreams. But this person, you know, they'll be there, is what I'm saying. Their intention is to be there with you during your time of transition, but I don't see that it's because they really want to be there so much as they want to take credit for it. Okay, what is the outcome for the viewer, please, Spirit? What is the outcome for my beautiful viewers? Again, please like, subscribe, share, etc. I also have a website, TINLAtarot.com, and I've been really busy with personal readings for a lot of people lately, so I apologize if you're not getting this video as consistently as I would normally prefer. Anyway, what I was saying is, what is the outcome for my beautiful viewers? Well, unlike the person you were thinking of, your Four of Swords is in the upright. So you are really regrouping. You're taking a time out. You're thinking about yourself. We've got these lotus flowers here. You know, there are people like almost coming at you, but you're okay. Like, you're minding your business. You're handling your business. And it doesn't matter what people are bringing your way. You're not bothered by it, right? So that's the outcome for you, my dear, is that you are just really non-bothered. You are in a very great position, I feel like. What else can you tell me, Spirit, about the outcome for the viewer? Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Eight of Cups. It looks to me like you're walking away. You are moving on to bigger, better things. It may not be right away, and maybe some of you don't want to hear that. That's what I'm really feeling right now, is that some of you really don't want to hear that. That you don't want to feel like, oh, you know, I got to walk away from this person in the end. I'm not saying it's going to happen now, and I'm not saying it's going to happen necessarily exactly when you start making big moves. But I think in your own time, viewer, you're going to realize that this person is not helpful to you. 84 might be important, or 48. Maybe that's the date you make a decision. We've got the Fool. Look, you're taking a chance. That's your outcome. You're taking a chance. You're going to go for it anyway. Even though you see that that may result in you walking away, you are ready for it. I mean, the hope, of course, would be that the person that you're thinking of would support you and really, truly mean it, and not just be sitting there like, oh, look what I did, you know, taking credit for your stuff. But I don't know. I don't know that matters right now. You're going to do it whether you want to or not. Look, Eight of Swords. So the only thing holding you back, if anything, is your own mind. You know, you got to be careful with this outcome to not get trapped in your own thoughts to the point that you don't take action that you should be taking, irrespectively of what the person on your mind wants or doesn't want. So let's find out what the advice is. What is the advice, Spirit, for the viewer? What is the advice, please? Okay, we got Ten of Pentacles. I think I told you Ten of Pentacles was coming up, but this time it's in reverse. I'm going to come back to that. I feel like I need to see another 2 cards, please, Spirit, to really get a full picture of the advice. Please, Spirit, give me 2 more cards. Advice for my beautiful viewers. King of Wands. Okay, and the 6 of Swords. All right, what I'm seeing here, viewer, in terms of advice is you are moving on boldly to calmer waters. And with this full moon here in the background, it says to me that it's an end of a cycle. You have made a decision, whether you want to act on it or not. Your decision is you want to move forward. And hopefully, I think you're hoping this person is going to come along with you. And we've talked about that. But you're going to do it either way. And the King of Wands, you know, is somebody who's very passionate, very action-oriented, It may be that this person that's in your life that you're thinking about is standing almost in your way here, and they're luring you in with promises of a future, promises of some kind of action that doesn't exist, right? Because this is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So it's the Ten of Pentacles in the upright is, a long-term commitment. It's family. It's, building something together. And in reverse, it's the opposite, right? It's, at least in this reading, it's this person that you're thinking about is trying to prevent you from moving on or moving forward in your life in your own way, in your own positive way. And they're trying to lure you in with this idea of a future together, but that future doesn't really exist. And they may also be trying to lure you in with some intimate moments, is what I'm feeling. Trying to, okay, ladies, to the extent there are ladies watching this, please, if you don't want to get pregnant right now, don't, just be careful, okay? Take precautions, because I wouldn't put it past this King of Wands to try to stop you from moving forward by impregnating you. Okay, any last words on this, Spirit, before we move on to the next situation here, the next discussion? Okay, we have, what is this? Oh, it's the Five of Wands. It's telling you don't give up. Keep going. The fight is worth it. And honestly, it's not just the fight that's worth it. It's like you've got your friends behind you. You've got support with, it could be, again, friends. It could be family. It could be anybody that you trust supporting you in, standing up for yourself. And what's interesting to me is we have this blood moon, which is coming up on March 3rd in just a few days. And, it says to me, this is something that's happening in the very near future for you, viewer. So, and by the way, bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups, which is an energy of regret. But I mean, if you look at this person, she is turned back and she's ignoring this Two of Cups here. She's ignoring the offer of love. She's seeing, it's not going to be a happy ending for her in the literal way. If she were to pursue this course of action, she's looking back in a way that says, I would love you to come with me, but if you can't, I'm going to keep going. And that's what I feel like the advice is here for you today. So let's find out some more information on what's going on here. What's going on between my viewer and the person on their mind. And by the way, I am feeling like the person on your mind is somebody that you've known for a while. And by a while, I mean like at least a year. This is somebody that may have been a friend that turned into a romantic relationship. Let's take a look. Happiness, satisfaction, ecstasy, heaven, whole, euphoria. Proof, evidence, confirmation, see for yourself. Okay, let's keep going. Wish come true, praying, yearning, manifesting. Lots of this, purplish pink theme here. And I want to take it together so that we can really see the big picture of what's going on here. Because sometimes things start off one way and together means something different. Okay. Anxiety. I'm not going to take this as a lot of things here. But I do feel like this one at the bottom makes sense. Signs. Okay. And financial ties. And I'm not going to look at the next one. Okay. It seems to me that your person views you as their happiness. And with this proof card, it says to me they're almost testing you. It's like when you are telling this person, hey, I'd like to do X, Y, or Z with my life. They're saying, well, I don't want you to do that. And they view your decision on that front as a direct reflection of what they want and or what would make them happy. So if you were to go to them and say, I want to go back to school, and they say, well, I don't want you to, they're looking for you to say, okay, whatever you say, Chief, that would make them happy. That would be their wish come true. That's what they really want, is for you to not spread your wings and fly. They want to clip your wings. And honestly, you're feeling a lot of anxiety, which I don't blame you. You have somebody you care about in your life. You've got a big decision anyway. Going back to school, like I said, or starting a new career or changing jobs generally is a big deal. And, in and of itself. And then when you have a partner here who's trying to say, well, if you really loved me, you wouldn't do that. It's really going to continue to stress you out. And that aside, I think you have seen some signs of what is right for you. You're seeing repeating numbers. You're seeing, I don't know, the name. Let's say you were going to go to college, or you were interested in going to college or finishing a degree or going for some kind of degree. And you are just minding your business and you see a bus drive by and it's got like an advertisement for that college for some reason. That's what I'm saying. Signs. Like if you look around, they're all around you, telling you and encouraging you really to follow your passion, follow your dream, follow your heart. Now, I will tell you that, this is a twofold card for me with the financial ties. Number one, I think that whatever it is you're looking to do is going to give you a lot more financial independence. which is fantastic, you know, because then you're not in, you know, dependent on the whims of another person. But it comes with a price. You know, you may be financially dependent on them right now, and that person may sort of threaten to cut off support if you don't choose what they want you to choose. So the pro here is if you follow your dream, you may not immediately see the financial benefit. You will eventually. You know, we've got some sort of fresh buds here to represent that. But in the meantime, this person may use some kind of financial leverage against you. Let's find out exactly what this person's up to, and then we will close it out. Again, this is TINLA. This is not legal advice. Go to tinlatarot.com to book your private reading. I've been doing a lot of them lately. They've been really impactful, and I would love to be able to do more. I really enjoy it. Let's take a look. All right, see, look, money problems. This person, you know, there might be job loss or some kind of bad business deal they're involved in that is going into this financial tie. We just talked about that. This is something where you're going to have to give up something financially to do what you want to do. And this person's going to be a lurker. You know, I think if you do break up with this person or leave this person, they're going to be just lurking around your pictures and your social. So be aware. We got one more popped out here. They're getting ready to call you. But I don't know. I normally see that as a good thing, but in this case, I don't think it's a good thing. I think when you make your decision, they're going to call you or try to call you to try to dissuade you from doing what it is you want to do. Look, mental health issues, unstable, feeling empty, mental distress, nervous breakdown. This person may even say something wild to you like, if you do this, I'm going to do something that would be really, really bad. If you can't be with me, if I can't have you, no one else can. This person's really going to lay it on bad. Okay, look, hermit mode. You know, you're really trying to regroup. I mean, look at her. She's like shutting everything out. She's trying to, again, gain clarity. She's grieving. What I'm seeing here, honestly, viewers, is you are at a crossroads. You are in a place where you really want to achieve some new and different things in your life. And you would love for the person that you have in your heart to come with you. You're looking back at them like, hey, aren't you going to come with me? But instead of trying to support your success, this person is viewing this as, well, if you really love me, you wouldn't do that. Because they want to keep you tied down financially. And they're going to try and exert some level of control because they're not well. They're just in a place where they're not really ready for a mature adult relationship. They want to hold you prisoner, essentially, to whatever they have over you at this point, which I'm gathering is money. And you know, we had that 4 of Swords here for you in the upright, which is very congruous with the hermit mode, where you're going sort of on your own to regroup, recalibrate, think about what you want for your future, and really focus on that and healing. And so, as I see it, viewer, I know I said this was a love reading, but this is an overall general reading. What I'm seeing is you have a vision in your mind of what you want your life to look like. And look, you want this. 9 of Pentacles, happiness. You want it all, and you deserve to have it all. You are somebody who is committed to a bright future, to independence, to happiness and stability, and you can have that all. But right now, it's like you're looking back over your shoulder like, are you coming with me? And I hate to say it, but I don't know what this person is. So, wish I had better news, viewers, but I think you're going to do great. I think that regardless of whatever this person does, like, you're going to excel, and I'm proud of you. So, thank you for joining me. This is not legal advice, but I am TINLA, and I hope you have a beautiful day whenever you see this. Bye-bye.